darkness calls, we'll meet again beyond these walls. I came here to fight, I came here to feel, to lift the blade, to make fate kneel. The gods will weep, but stars will rise for Loren's heart and Siren's cries. From the citadel walls to the afterlife store, we'll sing our oath forevermore. Siren and Loren, one last try, two souls, one sword will never
Hey guys, it's your girl Siren Syrup here, and today we're gonna play some more Loren the Amazon Princess. Let's go ahead and jump in and see what you lied to me. If I had told you the truth, you'd never have agreed. Instead, would have to run off to find your mother. I do not like being lied to. Tell me where my mother is now. Yeah, she the whole time. So if you haven't caught my live stream, we were playing this when I was a little drunk, inebriated, Will. So we're gonna go ahead and this. Siren, your mother was seen in a town outside of Grimar with a man. A man? Who? I do not know who, but I do know they were both headed north towards the swamps. Loren's stomach clenched upon hearing this. And if it's clenched, that girl probably got them abs. Okay? The Great Swamps were a very dangerous region that no one dared to venture into because of how untamed it was. And Loren had no choice. Then I'm heading towards the swamps. My Grace, are you sir? I know of the dangers. I promised to put my life on the line for you, didn't you? Didn't you? Eleanor stiffened from the being challenged. Girl, I will put my life on the line. I would gladly give you my life no matter the cause. Loren's eyes faltered. Well, good. We need to return to Grimoire first. The Empire needs to know of our friend Firestarter's crystal. Hey, it wasn't mine. Don't tell them it was mine. You are not in danger of being imprisoned. Again, you have all more than earned your freedom, even your citizenship, if the sword returns safely to the Empire's hands, although the magician's eyes lingered to the ember blade in Loren's sheath. Never mind, you should regather yourselves in the civilized town for supplies and rest. The lizardmen of the swamps are no laughing matter. I shall lead the way. My mother is in danger and we cannot waste any more time. After defeating the evil in the crypt, earning the respect of the Empire, there was only one thing left on Loren's mind, and that was saving her mother for whatever man had her captive in the swamp. The sword would sing to her while she slept, planting the seed of doubt that it would not grow for just anyone. She refused to accept the role the sword had given her, so the world would have to be forced upon her in time. Even if they had avoided the wrath of the elves on this single journey, the first great war between the elves and the humans could not be stopped. He traveled uneventfully back to Grimrar to rest. Okay, let's go to the shop. Got some. Well, I wonder. That's better than. 14 damage, 1% critical hit. But is this better than crossbow? No. 12. It was. Got here, boy. 3 damage. 8. Okay. Good. Armor. Got a 16. Needs like something. That. Okay, let's go to Polly Pocket here. 3. Okay. 15, that's pretty good. Okay. Let's sell this stuff. I need... Okay. Now I'm gonna look around because I want... Did it even say who got it? I probably put it... You got it? I want you to keep... Is hard to have it. So this... What do you got? Third long. Third shirt. Okay. What armor though? I want my person decked out. Not just my own personal. Kind of looking around. Okay, leave shop. Pass. Let's. Oh. Okay, so I gotta be two. Go ahead and have them. Like the noise. They're not dead. So, I know the game's pretty loud.
Ha! Ugh!
Ooh.
Ball! They should have surrendered when they had the chance.
They should have surrendered when they had the chance. And
Ha!
annihilation, for sure.
Ugh! You forfeited your life!
Disgusting creature.
Ha!
I don't like you.
Cool, cool. Do some more.
I hope this is slightly uncomfortable.
Stand aside!
Great, let's eat.
Do this room.
Disgusting creature. Ah!
I'll protect you!
Disgusting creature.
What did you think of those fireworks?
Go back to the shops and sell some stuff. Okay. Go to my pins. 3, 4, right? We'll put this arms. And this. Oh, what I'm doing is like my stuff up.
Out of our way!
Ha! Ugh! Stand aside!
Might be coming too
Back to
OP.
Inferno.
Okay.
Clean your weapons, tend your wounds, and make haste.
Wrong, right? Yeah, this is also just getting free. Go ahead and do this. Because I'm gonna do the bird.
I hope this is slightly uncomfortable.
I'll protect you!
What did you think of those fireworks?
Okay, cool.
I don't like you.
Ha! You forfeited your life!
Great, let's eat.
Cool.
I don't like you.
I wanna know,
I hope it doesn't come to this again.
I said something and then I didn't even finish my thought process. That happened.
Try this on for size.
I'm gonna get this up.
Ha!
Great, let's eat. I hope this is slightly uncomfortable. Ow! Ha! Ha! Whoosh!
I hope it doesn't come to this again.
Whoosh! I hope this is slightly uncomfortable.
Stand aside!
Ha! Do you like me, or do you like me? You like me. I don't like you. I don't like you.
Won't increase my fame anymore. Okay. Looking around. Yeah. Just before they left the city, the guards were stopped. They were stopped by city guards. Fearing the worst, they pleasantly relieved when Polly Pocket revealed himself. Leaving without me, princess? Loren and Eleanor expected the old wizard as he approached, surrounded by the guards once more, only this time he was followed by someone new. A large man with a stern face. We parted ways after I gave you the sword. And here it is again, meaning that our paths might cross once more. He pointed to some guards carrying a long decorative case. They opened it to reveal the ember blade resting on a cushion of velvet. It truly looked like a weapon meant for the gods. What is the meaning of this? Why have you stopped me? I've learned something very important about the shadow creatures that attacked us nights ago. Does this really concern me? That you're keeping me from my tasks? Tell him, Loren. This is most certainly concerns you. The whole world is on the precipice? Precipice? Yeah, precipice. Even the Amazons cannot hide from it. Loren sighed and tapped her foot. Make this short. Consulting with the council, we have found that the crystals used to send the Shadow Men could only have been found in the volcanic lands of the Everburn Mountains. Everburns, that's demon territory. Yes, the home of demons. I fought them long time ago. They were led by this entity known as Foss. He's a bloodthirsty force, and even if he was behind this attempt to wage war, then he will stop at nothing to have it. A war between elves and humans? Why do I care? I fear, princess, that your mother may be part of Foss' grand scheme. Polly had Loren's full attention at this point. When I asked you to help the Empire retrieve the sword, it was also so that we could bring back as a weapon for the Empire to use. For protection only, of course. As you know, that the Emberblade is one of the few swords forged by the gods to endow the world with their might, while a finely crafted piece of steel is nothing more than that in the wrong hands. Loren immediately recalled how the sword had glowed in her touch back in the mountain. It will not give its full strength to just any mortal. The mortal must be the strongest and the most worthy warrior from Arveron has to offer. What of this old tale? It is no tale, it is reality, and we have witnessed how the sword reacted to Princess Loren. The gods have recognized her as a worthy of their power. Of course they did. Loren has no peer. Eleanor, forgive me. The council and I have hoped to give you the sword for the Grimoire's greatest warrior. He turned and allowed the tall man to step forward. Amukiki? The bear, the champion of the arena. He has won tournament after tournament, and this is the best warrior whom the Empire has ever seen, and yet... He gestured to Kiki to take the sword. Stiffly, he approached the Emberblade and took it by a hilt and wielded it for the party. It did not glow. There's no reaction in the sword to him. As much as it troubles us, the sword can only be used if the sword will recognize its owner. In short, princess, the Emberblade is yours. Wow, you're not really giving her that. You're really giving her that ancient relic? Present it to her, Amuki. The warrior was rigid in hesitation, and then finally held the sword's blade so that Loren could take it by its handle. Slowly, Loren did just that. Wrapping her fingers around the hilt caused an immediate glow in the sword, confirming that it has truly chosen her. Take care of it. It stands for more than what you know. I shall. Loren was humbled by the gift. She had not expected to be entitled to such an honor. She had only wanted to save her mother. And what of this man? Eleanor could detect jealousy in Amuki as he watched Loren handle the weapon that had once been meant for him. His eyes met with Eleanor's. For years I had trained to become Grimoire's elite weapon. I was to use the strength of the blade to protect the Empire and the whole of Arvorn. Suddenly he knelt in front of Loren, who stared at him wide-eyed in surprise. Now, I can only serve to protect the true wielder of the Ember Braid. I hereby pledge myself to protect Princess Loren of the Amazons at the cost of my life if necessary. Pity for the man turned to jealousy. Eleanor was Loren's sworn protector, not this man. That is not necessary. I'm here to protect her. You may return to your life as it was before this moment. Right. We already have enough bodyguards. Thank you and goodbye. My life before that was that sword. I've already made my oath. I'm gonna fight you, bro. Auto-assign, cause fuck you. Fine. Okay. Whatever. I'm not committed to helping the Empire. I will not fight elves. That is unnecessary. The sword will show you your path. I trust that it will be the right one. So now that these two guys are following us too, the crazy old guy who nearly killed me and a guy who looks like he could kill me just by blinking too hard, I agree, our group is full enough as it is. Eleanor stood between Amiki and the party. He glared at her in return, not appreciating how unwelcome he was to the group he had just sworn alliance to. So as long as you help and don't slow me down, I don't care anymore. I just need to leave and find my mother. I shall not burden you just as before. My grace, she can't be, Eleanor. Yes, please forgive me. One last time before joining at Loren's side, Eleanor gave a sidelong glare to Amukiki. Loren was not his to protect, and they didn't even know if he could be trusted. In retrospect, the initial tension between Eleanor and Mukiki were merely because they both were people desperately searching for recognition in a cruel world. Both were raised as nobodies, and both were given a chance to make something of themselves. For some reason, they believed that only one of them could truly obtain such a priceless recognition. You now have more than six parties. Only active members who will fight will gain experience from fights and quests. However, you can still level up everyone by alternating the formation and returning gold. It's such a simple of truth. It is up to you to decide. You can keep the same party throughout the whole game, or change them deciding which character build. I like them, unless I get what's her face. You'll find out soon. That's for sure. Yeah. I want to talk to Loren. That was some ordeal with Polly and Drekel. Yes, I am glad it was resolved. Eleanor has been thinking of the event over and over since it happened. I wanted to thank you for sticking up for me. When the Archwizard accused elves of being sneaky, you said you trusted me. Oh, that, yes. You had plenty of opportunities to kill me and have your freedom, but you have not. Eleanor had never once considered escaping Loren. Do some romance. It means a lot to me that you trust me. I was worried that you would treat me just as a slave for the whole time, but I feel like you actually respect me. Loren took a breath. I respect your strength in battle and mine in conversation. Eleanor smiled warm. Yeah, that's what I meant. The mood turned awkward as neither of them had said anything. Eventually, Eleanor nodded and left. I'll fight you. Eleanor walked up to the hulking gladiator, standing guard by himself on the outskirts of camp. Mokiki moved his hands toward the hilt of his sword as she approached. It is my turn to guard the camp. I am not familiar with the Empire's customs. You have made an oath involving my mistress, and I want to know what that means. The warrior was quiet for a moment. The oath I made was not the Empire custom. It is a part of my heritage, which makes it much stronger. What is your heritage if not the Empire? I'm from a nomads of the South. I have lived within the Empire, and that is all. You defend the Empire as if it was important to you. I've sworn an oath to my nation as well. And if your oath to your nation conflicts your oath to Loren, he did not speak for a moment, but was completely still. I will not harm the wielder of the Emperor Blade. Friendly, I guess. We're placing a lot of trust in those words, sir. I will not hesitate to fight you if you break them. I do not break my oaths, but you make several of them, so it's possible that they could conflict. If they were ever the case, I would take my own life. I hope that is not necessary. Now you see, I do not make hopes I cannot keep. Let's talk to my friend. You have your axe have a name? Why do keeps keep asking me that? Blasted thing ain't got no name. It's a hunk of metal. That's my friend. Some people cherish their forever weapons. Since you have both seen hard times, perhaps even just for good luck. I get why folks name them. Do you think I should? Bah. It's not even whole. The gem here fell out a long time ago. If I were to getting all mushy over a weapon, it should be the blasted weapon there was. Then we'll save the naming process when you find an X that you can actually respect. Eh. Water, mud, slime, fog. The swamp has it all. Draco sloshed around in the swamp with a surprising ease. Eleanor raised an eyebrow. What? You enjoying the swamps? Didn't you ever make mud pies when you were a kid? Let's just say not exactly. Careful, I sense lizardmen nearby. Lizardmen? They are notoriously dangerous creatures. Their bodies have heightened sense regenerative powers and aim for their vital spots. Here they are. Get ready to fight. So I want her here, him here, him here, her here. Boom.
They were like this when we found them.
Should we fall back to camp and get better equipment? Agreed. But we did not delay much longer. Okay, good. Eleanor approached Loren attentively. She looked deep and thought it was probably dangerous to disturb her. Nevertheless, she spoke up. Your Highness? Fortunately, Loren just gave her a slight nod of acknowledgement, but nothing more. Forgive me for asking, but I do not know much of the situation. Perhaps if you told me more, I could better assist you. What is there more to know? My mother is missing. Yes, but what was the queen doing to have gone missing? Was the last time you saw her? Loren raised her chin while her eyes blinked rapidly. I cannot tell you much of anything. I wish I could, but I can't. My mother was an immensely private person. But you are asking for the facts, and the facts are that the queen, was not in her bed chamber one morning, and we have not seen her since. And the scouts? Were you not there? They could not find her. Even though they could track a sparrow through the forest, they could not find their own queen. Loren looked away. Eleanor was uneasy in ensuing silence. But we will succeed where the scouts have failed. Absolutely. Convention brought her hope to her. She uttered a sigh. I already knew that. Yes, Your Grace. The journey through the unforgiving swamps had been a perilous one. The monster that lurked in the outskirts made them fear what would be enholden in its depths. Amukikiki proved his oath true and protected Loren valiantly with ease. Polly not seem surprised by his abilities, but the rest of the parties were in awe of him. Even Loren started to take notice of his strength. It was only Eleanor who pouted whenever he received praise. It should not be so easy for a man to get on Loren's good side. Eleanor noticed how selfishly she was thinking, but could not stop herself. After wading through the waist-deep swamp water, neck-deep for Doran and Moromus, they spotted what looked like a hut. Wood was rotten, but somehow still standing. Is that a house? Who lives in the swamp? Blast. It's about time we saw some dry land. I need to get out of this sludge. They clambered onto the land and recollected themselves. Ramos emptied the swamp water from his boots. A native to the swamps? it could belong to a lizardman. Tread carefully. I don't know. This house looks too awfully awful even for them. They approached the front door cautiously. Hello, is anyone in there? There was only silence. So Loren opened the door and the party filed in. As if there was magic, the Victorian exterior held a lavish interior. The party was stunned by how they they had been almost tricked into passing it by. The hut was empty. It looked like someone had been there recently. Out of the shadows sprung a giant scorpion with its tail flailing. Kill it. Boop. Boop. Okay.
Back to Inferno.
Boom. Boom.
Disgusting creature.
Disgusting. The scorpion screamed and scuttled into the darkness. Loren held her hand up to warn the party not to pursue it. The creature's whimpering morphed into a sound that a human would make. Hold on, I think we may have had a shapeshifter on our hands. Hello. A woman stepped out from the darkness, glowering at the party. It was clear from her condition that she was the scorpion whom they just fought. Loren brandished a sword to warn her not to try anything again. A shapeshifter into a scorpion? Those are ugly and mean. They're just missing. Then why did you attack us? Because I'd rather die than fall in the hands of the Empire. I will not rot away in a jail for simply being what I am. It is the law of the land. If you use dark magic, you must be locked away. Stand down, mage. You are under my leadership, not your Empire's banner. I have no alliance to anyone who seeks to hurt you. I am Princess Loren of the Amazons. I am looking for my mother. I know she was brought into the forest by a man, but I do not know where. You are from here. Can't you help us? The dark witch twisted her mouth as she examined the party members one by one. She walked up in front of Loren, stared at her dead in the eyes. Loren felt a deep shiver, but held her ground and did not waver. What are you doing? An aura that had started to appear forwardly clicked away. You're not lying. Of course I didn't. No, I am not. Did you just use magic on me? I had to make sure you weren't lying, filth. It turns out you're not, so no harm done. Don't ever use magic on me again, or you'll find that your head's separated from your body. The dark witch blinked. Don't worry, that's usually how she befriends people. Wait, you can read people's minds? The perk of using so-called dark magic. It is the magic of death. Death is just another stage of being. So many people flee from it as if it was a bad thing. Being dead can be quite fun, actually. She waved her hand and a skeleton of a jackalope on her table started moving. It hopped off the furniture and ran all around on the floor. Roar and Dreckle screeched when it hopped around their feet. The dead should rest, not dance a merry jig whenever they want. The skeleton suddenly stopped with a quick hand gesture from the shapeshifter. I have no opinions on your magic. I need you only to save my mother. Can you help me find her? I would reward you handsomely. Keep your outside babbles. I do not need anything other than what I have already. I'll help you find your mother, but only because I want peace and quiet back. Too many people are walking around the swamps like they've renamed their forgiving swamps of roses. You'll help? Really? Yeah, really. Unlike filth, I don't lie for recreation. Recreation. What is your name, Dark Witch? We have not been had a proper introduction. My name is Trambara. Though I do consider a good fight a standard greetings nowadays, I won't apologize for attacking you. I'm usually the one being ambushed. Cyril looked at Polly, who almost looks like he was turning blue with disapproval. Very well, Shambara. You can help us navigate the terrain and look for tracks. I do not need to go anywhere, but you just said you'd help. I can and I will. Let me complete my thought, if you don't mind. Lighters. How will you help us then? I have a potion that can tell me anywhere where anyone is in the swamps very accurately. Great. Perform your ritual or make your potion, whatever you need to do it. Not so fast. I need a proper ingredients first. I do not just stock up on useless potions, hoping for strangers to stumble upon my door, looking for their lost mothers. Of course, this could not be easy. Fine. What do you need? I need a tooth of a lizard man. It's most potion for what I acquire. We have plenty of those just lodged in our armor already. Not just any lizard man's tooth. Let me finish. It must be from a large, dominant lizard, the cream of the crop. He's fed the most and is the strongest. So on and so forth. In short, only a lizard man king will do. And they'll never leave the tribal grounds at the temple of the Chizulu nearby. This better not be a trap, witch. You had better not be sending us into our deaths. If you were able to get this far, I assume you can handle some extra lizard men. So, if you do die, my day is free again, so I don't care anyway. Amokiki stepped in front of Apolly, to keep him from biting the shapeshifter out of anger. We'll return soon. Get out already. Lady. Listen, Loren doesn't want me. They left at a correct hut and head towards the ancient temple. Grace, the temple road is guarded by many. So what do you suggest? I recommend after each attack we retreat to camp. Taking camp will our health, but we cannot delay mothers and I know, it's up to you. Only remember that if we attack all enemy patrols in sequence, without resting, might not be able to make it. Alright, let's fight them.
We have no time for this.
I hope it doesn't come to this again.
Your strength up.
Back to Inferno.
Learn from this.
Ow! Does anyone need healing?
Yes, mister? This wet blade is dull. I need you to sharpen it. She held out the ember blade and her jaw dropped. It is too distracting for me to do so. She was referencing how the sword glowed at her touch. Yes, of course. I'll tend to it for you. It would be the greatest honor to service this weapon. It's just a sword like any other. Eleanor frowned. Still do not believe the history of the sword or the other holy relics. It glows. Many things glow in the world, and Nightfire glows, but it is not a divine intervention. Here. Importantly, we cannot understand the gods, no, but this sword is imbued with magic. Their gift, it must mean something. Magic and weapons are forged every day. You're right, but this is a sword in all hands but yours. I believe you are a hero that Aravorn needs, and that you are beyond worthy to be divine voice. It doesn't matter what you think of the sword. I know you are those things. Loren sighed and crossed her arms, but could not reply. Let me talk to my friend. Do all dwarves live in the mountains? No, not all. Dor doesn't. From what I hear, I come from Hammer Hands, that shiny, smoggy beast of a city. We built a mighty fortress, smack dab on the side of the mountain, though. Our keep is the strongest you'll find in Avervorn. Even the strongest in the citadel? Yeah, bet your bottom it is. Sounds amazing. Great old beauty of stone right in the middle, pride of our race. Do you live in the mines, like I heard dwarves do? Glass, no. Mines are cold. Reeks, my wagon would lose its wheels faster than they burrow in the forest. I'd rather have my feet planted on top of a ground rather than under it, that's for sure. Fight.
We have no time for this.
We have no time for this.
Whoosh! Ha ha!
And stay down.
I hope it doesn't come to this again.
They were guided through the empty halls by lit torches and sounds. They walked down a musty corridor into a gray hall. There were torches lit across the wide room and decorated lizard men walking around occult symbols on the floor. There, the king must be with them. Loren pulled out her sword and changed monsters, already impatient to collect the teeth required for Chambarar's potion. Lizard screeched as she plunged her weapon into. She reached out her sword and backed out with a grunt, scanned the chamber for the next target. What she saw next almost made her lose her mind. Siren, her mother, was tied to a wall, limp and unmoving. Mother? She did not move. Loren screamed in pure bloodlust. Meanwhile, a giant lizard man warrior approached them. He was the Lizard King. I'm gonna kill this man. Do-do-do.
Incoming!
Back.
Back to Inferno.
They should have surrendered when they had the chance.
And stay down.
Why are there imbeciles everywhere I go?
Lizardman fell. The last lizardman fell, bloody and broken from how Loren mauled. She dropped her swords and rushed to her mother, who was lifeless and bound to the wall. Yeah, Mom. Hello. Hello, Karen. Mother, please, Mother. She lifted Karen's head and rocked her to make sure she was still alive. Her body was warm. To her relief, Eleanor handed her knife, cut the ropes. Please. Just as before she shed a tear, Loren saw her mother's eyes blink open. They struggled to focus and then finally looked to see who was holding her. Loren? The princess cried in happiness, hugged her mother close. She managed to free Karen completely of her bonds, revealing dark marks on her wrists for how long she has been held. What? Why are you here? I came for you. The Amazons wanted to brand you as dead, but I knew you'd be still alive. Dead? Karen immediately searched the room, and then her face turned to anguish. She stood up shakily, fought her body's weakness, scribbled over her corpse nearby. Rosome, no! She turned to the person over to reveal the armored man dead. Karen did not mute her horrid cries upon seeing him, pressing her head into his cold body. The entire party stood in silence, witnessing the agony of a woman who just barely escaped with her own life. Loren was perplexed at seeing such a reaction from her mother. Rosome has been her mother's personal servant, that was all. Loren suddenly had made the connection that this man who had been reporting as traveling with her mother had only been her slave. Her thoughts went wild. No one had captured her. Why had she been traveling with him? He was a man. Mother? Don't look at me. She snapped at her daughter too quickly, still hunched over Rosome's body. Loren took a step back in fear. Don't judge me. Loren gasped. Karen had loved. It was clear to Loren now, from the way her mother was clutching him so deeply, she had been in love with him all the miles they had secretly shared back at the Citadel. Every time her mother had chastised her for criticizing him and other men. He didn't abduct you, you were running away with him. Her mother could never be allowed to love a man, especially not as a queen of the Amazons. She'd be cast out, so would Loren, simply because she was related to a treacherous treacherous weakling. Men were only for procreation, never for love. She had been taught this for as long as she could remember. All this time, Loren had believed her mother had disappeared all against her will, and now it was clear that she wanted to abandon her all along. I'm dead. I should be dead. Eleanor could not stand Loren's sudden standoffish behavior towards her mother, especially for something so meaningless as to what gender her lover was. So Eleanor hurried to the Queen Karen's side and placed a comforting hand on her shoulder. With a gentle pull, she led her away from Rizome's corpse, though it was so clear she wanted to stay with him. The Amazon Queen has always been strong, stoic leader with rain exterior as hard as stone, but now she's just a woman. Breaking down in her arms, it was enough for Eleanor to question reality itself. We just arrived in time. These lizard men are going to perform a dark ritual that already claimed one victim. It is curious that they have not killed the Amazon Queen yet. Indeed, perhaps they had another purpose for her. We cannot leave him here. No, we will give him to what he deserves. Follow me. Outside, a bright pier burned, sending Rizome home. Karen stared into the flames, utterly silent. On the opposite side, Loren was just as silent, was staring at her mother instead. She was still having a difficult time piecing together everything that she had just seen. Her mother deeply, but now she had loved her mother deeply, and now she wondered who she even was. Despite her mother have broken Amazon tradition requiring exile from Citadel, Loren could not excommunicate her own blood, not just because it would mean her own exile as well, but because her mother was not a bad person. She was a strong queen, a good mother, even if her heart beat for someone whom it should not have. Eleanor quietly stood by Loren. She looked over at her servant. The very sight of Eleanor seemed to comfort her, which was a new emotion towards the servant for her. Are you well, Majesty? Loren opened her mouth, but no words came immediately. I'm well, thank you. Eleanor smiled. Loren's stability racked once more. Slaves were supposed to be beneath her, but she strangely humbled by this one. Loren walked away and urged the party to leave the swamps as soon as possible. Eleanor stood alone, left wondering why her mistress responded in such a way. Of course, it was to be expected as her servant, but she couldn't shake the look in her eyes just now. After pulling Karen from the fire, the party decided to move on and leave the swamps. Loren took her first steps back into the Citadel toward Scout? She's a thief scout? What an interesting thing for her to have. Auto sign her. It should be here where the story of Loren the Amazon Princess should have ended. She had never left the Citadel, she had never left the Citadel until the day her mother went missing, and she is now returning home with her. Her goal was complete, but her journey was far from over. The sword had not stopped glowing and did not stop whispering to her while she slept. No, this was just the beginning for Loren and her loyal servant. Soon they approached the forest again, and news would reach their ears. The whole world was quaking and ready to burst, and the sword knew this. High in the Everburn Mountains, a thundering, unearthly shout rang over the mountains, shattering windows and putting out fires. Did it glow? Tell me. In that prince's hands, did that sword glow? I don't know. I only know that she has it. I'm completely positive on that, my lord. Then you better find out if it glows. We have came too far for the gods to meddle in my business. Sir, you know what I need more power for that. My omniscience is limited, and I just can't do it whenever. What use are you then? The succubus frowned, about to growl something. Luckily for her, the chamber's doors flew open and Grob hobbling in. You speak of the ember blade? It glowed. It glows. He threw all his weight onto the staff as he tried to recapture his breath. Jewel crossed her arms and prepared herself for another of the Lord's tantrums. The lava in the room sputtered and flared at Voss' white rage. She needs to be killed. I recall someone saying that an option was covered. How did that go, by the way, Rob? The goblin shaman sneered at Jewel. It was according to plan, actually, but they are collecting more and more allies, so she is well protected. But the lizard man will be able to handle him, that is. Oh no, haven't you heard? Quiet, I will tell him which. I have heard enough. Bad news for today, Grub. Yes, my lord, but the lizard men, they have been slain. Loren has her mother and they have leaving the swamps. Frost screams shook the room, causing the tiles on the wall, ceilings to break off, shattered onto the floor. Jewel and Grub were barely unscathed. You can't do anything right, Greenie. And that is what you have done for the Lord lately? Silence! You will both pay dearly for these mistakes, and you've failed to keep promises and compromise me for the last time. My lord, you're being too hasty. I have made you a promise that should be a war. I have come to tell you the war is upon us. The quieted Foss sat down on his throne. How? Unlike some of us, I have a great ability at your service, my lord. The humans and the elves were itching for a war as it was. I changed when, would have sent them to war. Nevertheless, it was my illusion magic, lord. Foss was silent for a long moment, while the demons before him feared for their lives. This is the only good thing I have heard from the two of you in a long time. This will not be the case again. Of the itch map. The two demons bowed before Foss' throne, glared at each other, then left. Alone, the animated suit reveled in the thought of the world at war. His plans were finally starting to fruition. With a cloudless night in the Empire, the night watchmen of a small town guarded their post as usual. Only merchants and lowly travelers entered the village such a dark hour. So it was beyond suspicious when a group of elven scouts marched right up to the town. Hold! Who goes there? The elven scouts marched to the gates and straight into the main square. The city guards rushed to block the roads. The elves suddenly stopped. What is your business? Go back, we don't need... The guards' commanding tone faded as one of the elves took out their bows in unison and loaded them. We're under attack! The arrows fell in all directions. Bloody screams woke the whole town. The elves mercilessly attacked the guards, showing almost no emotion as one person after another was slain. The guards barely had a chance to defend themselves or their loved ones. An arrow pierced an invading elf's skull, sending him to the ground. There, the elf's visage melted away and showed the corpse of a goblin instead. The skull was crushed under the foot of a defending guard. Just outside the forest, Rob Wee's paint staff was closely for support. This should be the last of it. With a wave of his staff, the few goblins who remained in front of him turned into human guards. They looked at their new forms for a moment, then scuttled into the battalion of human soldiers that was forming next to them. Go on, hurry. The illusionary soldiers then marched forward and right into the forest. Rob looked up at the moon, then coughed. Finally, he towed himself back to Everburn Mountains to give his report. His master was waiting for good news. Okay. And here is where I'm going to end things for the night, guys. I hope you enjoyed this. I thank you for coming by and watching, and I love you guys. Safe, sleep well, and I'll catch you on the flip side.